We can also get a requirement to get the data from multiple sources. That means you have source 1 as data extension, source 2 as data extension, source 3 as data extension. You have to get the data into a single data extension, which is your target data extension. So we discussed that suppose we got a reporting requirement from our company. We got a reporting requirement from our company. Your immediate boss came and asked you to give the information of how many people purchased bag from countries US and Japan. Provide their subscriber keys, country, product, and brand they have purchased. You have to get subscriber key, you have to get country, you have to get product, and you have to get brand. But these 4 details he wants in a consolidated manner. He wants you to build a report using Marketing Cloud data. But the problem you have is the attributes are of multiple tables, which are the part of our data model. And you cannot apply filters anywhere. You cannot apply a filter of US and JP on transactions. You can apply, but you won't get the brand details or any important detail. So on applying filter on a single source won't help. We have to segment the data from multiple sources. That is why we have to use the SQL query. SQL query will help us build the data set for us. SQL query will also work the same way. SQL query will get the data from multiple sources and insert into a target data extension. In filter, we did not create any target data extension. System created it. We have just specified the name. But in SQL, we have to specify the target data extension. Then only we can query other data extensions and save the result into the target data extension. So the first thing is, in order to work with SQL in Marketing Cloud, you have to see where you are going to store the data. You have to store the data into a new data extension. You have to store the data into a new data extension which you will create. That data extension should contain all those attributes which you want to query from multiple sources. It should contain all those attributes which you are requesting using query, for which you are requesting data from the query. It should contain everything. So now guys, we will open our data extensions and see what all things we want to get. So guys, we have 3 data extensions: B36, customer profile, products, and transactions. And the problem statement is to get people who have purchased bag from countries US and Japan. And you have to get their subscriber key, country, product, and brand details. So you have these 3 data extensions from where you will get the required results. So once you get the required results from SQL, you have to store into a new data extension. So you have to create a new standard data extension with name SQL results underscore B36. So now here you have to specify what all attributes you are going to bring using the query, what all data you want to bring using the query. So we want to bring customer subscriber key. Then we will write here subscriber key. We want to bring country of the customer, product purchased, and brand. So we will quickly write what all things we want. Let's see product. Okay. Product I have written here and I click on create option. But in our data extension, B36 transactions, somewhere the product name is different. Okay, so here you have product name, but in our data extension, we have defined product only, the target data extension. So you have to make this adjustment into the SQL query itself. So now guys, what we have done, we have created a target data extension and we have defined all those fields which we want to populate. The next thing is you have to go and open the Automation Studio and go and use the SQL activity. So we'll go under Journey Builder and click on Automation Studio. Click on New Automation, B36 SQL, schedule it, and find and drag and drop the SQL activity. Click on choose option and click on create new activity. Define name here. Easy thing to do. Click next. Now here you have to write the SQL query. And left hand side, you will get all those data extensions you want to query. All those data extensions you want to query. So B36 data extensions, if I open the folder, I have customer profile, products, transactions. These three, data extensions I want to query. You can get all those fields left hand side only so that it will help you build the query. You will get everything left hand side only. So now you have to select subscriber key, comma country from this data extension B36 customer profile. You can drag and drop like this as well. If you want to, if you do not want to manually write the fields, you can drag and drop the fields. So what we have done, we have written select subscriber key country from B36 customer profile. If you want to check if there is any syntactical error or not, you can click on validate. And if you find it like green, it will be green, means it is passed. If you make some mistake and if it finds, then it will give us the red color, which means you have to correct the syntax, something you are not referring correctly. So we have to select subscriber key country from this data extension, but we also want to have the product they have purchased. That is the part of transactions data extension. So we will join the transaction data extension. SQL, you should be able to write easily. We have joined B36 transactions. Let's give them alias as DE1 and this as DE2. And we are giving a joint condition DE1 dot subscriber key is equal to DE2 dot subscriber key. So we are giving a joint condition. And as we have joined, we can get product details as well. What product he has purchased. We can associate them with the alias of the data extensions. Plus, we also want to have brand Our management team wants to also know the brand. So we will again join another data extension, which is B36 products. Once we join B36 products, let us define as DE3, then DE2 dot product equal to DE3 dot, because in data extension 2 and 3 product is common. And then we can also query the brand from data extension 3. We can click on validate syntax to check if there is any error, and it showed some error. It says that B36 transaction is not a known data extension. I have missed S. It should be transactions. And I'll click on validate syntax and green is passed. But we want to have a condition that country should be only US and JP, where country like DE1 dot so we have passed this. And one more condition was there, who have purchased bag. So we have to write one more condition in AND clause. DE2 product equal to bag. So we have passed the validation. Now we will click on next option. Once we click on next option, we have to select where you have to place the results. The results we have to place in the data extension which we have created. We have to place that in data extension which we have created, but not, yeah. So B36 SQL results is the data extension which we created. We will click here, select option, click finish. Once we click finish, save this automation. You can schedule it, or you want to immediately check the result of this SQL, you can click on run once. Run once majorly works with filter SQL, where you want to get the immediate data. You can schedule email sends for later time. So this SQL queried all those 3 data sources and placed results in this data extension. We got one result. So only one person from USA purchased laptop of HP. Something happened with our query, that is why it didn't give the correct result. The option is here USA. Let's modify the query and clear this data again here. From the data extension, let's rerun the query. Sometimes it takes a bit to, restart the automation. You can click on refresh button or you can close and come back to that screen again. So now we again got one result for B36. Let's see. Something is wrong because we have to get only one person actually purchased a bag and not sure if he is from USA or not. He is from India. So guys, this is how we run query. Something might have happened to the query I have written. Once modified, it will give you a correct result. But for now, I will remove this where condition and try to go and run this query to get the master details of people who have purchased certain products. I'll click on run once. Click on run now. This is a small refresh button. You can keep on refreshing to check the status if that automation has started or not. It takes time for second and third run. So it ran successfully. And then if we go and see the data extension which we have built for SQL, we got 10 records. Those records are the combination of 3 data extensions: subscriber key, country from, profile data extension, product from, transactions, and brand from product specification data extension. Some query where clause was wrong. That is why it was giving wrong result. But you see, I removed that where clause and we got the master data. So this is how you can query any data extensions in Marketing Cloud. You can query any data extensions in Marketing Cloud easily to build your own data set. You cannot query lists in Marketing Cloud. You can only query data extensions. This will be asked in your interview. How you can query a list? Somebody will tell. Then you cannot go and directly query that. Now,
can filters performed, sir, in list?
What?
Can filters be done with the help of list, sir? SQL query is not allowed, but filters is allowed or not, sir?
SQL query is also allowed. That is what I'm going to cover, but not directly the way you have queried the data extension with the name.
Okay.
Okay. you just queried this data extension, but you cannot query it just writing the name of the list. But how to work with queries on list as well, that we will see. SQL is not only this much here. But your question is good, that can we filter a list as well? So see, like for data extension, you have filtered data extension. Similarly, for lists, you have groups. Okay. You can create filtered lists, which is known as groups in Marketing Cloud. If you see these groups, you can create a group, filtered group, random group. On the lists, you can select any list you want. Let's select our own list. SFMC batch 36 list. Suppose we take B36 list 01. The same way you work with filtered data extensions, the same way you can work with groups. Age, gender, city, whatever you want to define, you can define. Save and build. Give any name. Now the same problem is here as well. Groups will not refresh automatically. You have to refresh the groups manually. And you can automate the process of filtration of groups as well. You have activity in Automation Studio. Refresh groups. The way you have worked with filtered data extensions, the same way you have to work with refresh groups. But here, you don't require to create a filter criteria like you are creating for data extensions in data filters. And then automation is creating a filtered data extension. That process is bypassed. Here, whatever group you have created, you can have it selected in the automation refresh group activity, and you can schedule this automation. This group will automatically refresh. So filters are available on both lists and data extensions. For data extensions, you can query them just by referring their name. But if you want to query this group, suppose because group is created from list, so it is a type of list, like filtered data extension is a type of data extension only. So if you want to query a group, select, suppose, subscriber key from this group and click on validate syntax, it will give you error because query directly searches data extensions or data views, which we are going to cover now. So you cannot directly query a list in the Marketing Cloud Automation Studio just by referring its name. And you don't need to have automation to create a group and refresh it. You can create a group and associate it with the automation. It will be refreshed. The same concept is available for both filtered groups and filtered data extensions. Now come to the next part of the SQL. As I told that we cannot query lists directly. Similarly, there are a lot of things which we want to query, but we cannot query them directly. Suppose you sent an email. Suppose you sent an email to me and 1,000 other people along with me. 25 to 30% of people have opened your email. You do this daily. You every day send the emails, and around 25 to 30% people interact with those emails, click, somebody bounce, somebody unsubscribes, somebody will forward to a friend. A lot of activities they will do on your email. So your management team can come and ask you that give me the details of last 5 months of people, last 2 months of people who have unsubscribed and from which email they have unsubscribed. You are daily sending emails. You can get a requirement that give me past 1 month of detail of people who have unsubscribed and give me the name of that email as well. Or they will ask you, give me last 6 months of bounce data. How many people in last 6 months have bounced? Because you want to send emails, but you do not want people to bounce. If people are bouncing, that means they are, that is not a good sign for your KPIs, key performance indicators. It will show high bounce count. That means you are doing something wrong. So you have to make sure that people who are continuously bouncing, you have to suppress. You have to suppress. So guys, what I am trying to tell you is not only data stored in data extensions can be queried, you will have a lot of opportunities to work with tracking details, work with subscribers and subscriber related trackings. Subscribers originally sits in all subscribers. So subscribers can also sit in publication list. Subscribers can sit in suppression list. Subscribers can sit in groups. Data extensions are the behavior are for the record maintenance, are the behavioral data. But when you send any email, that gets created into all subscribers. You may use publication list. There also your subscribers can be present. Suppression list, subscribers can be present. Okay, but there is also a place where tracking about subscriber is present. How many people opened, clicked, you can get it from a job ID easily. Inside the email studio, you have tracking option. You can go to sends and you can get a job ID. But job ID one by one you have to see. One by one you have to see. If you want to get details of last 6 months all together, you want data, you want bounce six month bounce data so that you can suppress them. Then you cannot, explore all the job IDs you have tried to explore tried to send emails in past. So you see one job ID has 4, 3 didn't have. A lot of job IDs might be there for last 1 month, 2 months, which you have to manually see. So this is not a wrong, a correct approach. Salesforce Marketing Cloud has system data views. Marketing Cloud has system data views, which contains subscribers and subscribers tracking related details. You want to query the subscriber status of all subscribers. You want to see what is the subscriber status of Harshit, whether he is active, bounced, unsubscribed in the all subscriber. Then you cannot directly query that into the SQL. You have to query a data view and then you will get the result. What is data view? It contains tracking and subscribers and tracking related details. Data views are nothing but the system tables in Marketing Cloud, which are hidden. Data extensions are the custom objects, which are defined by you. But there are some predefined system objects, which are known as data views, which contain subscribers and tracking related details. You want to get those details, you have to query those data views. The way you query data extensions, the same way you can query the data views. Now, data views can't be seen. They can be accessed using certain guidelines. Salesforce data views you have to write on the Google. SFMC data views you have to write on Google and you will get data view article. There each and every detail about data views are present. You have hear me out. So data views are the system tables in Marketing Cloud that are hidden but are presented to you in a form of document. If you open data views, you will get names of data views, automation, bounce, business unit unsubscribes, click, complaint, whatever subscriber or subscriber tracking related details you want to fetch are available. How many people have clicked your email, you can get from this data view. Data view click. How many people have spammed your email, you can get this. How many people forwarded to a friend, you can get this. How many job IDs were generated, you can get this. Later you will study journey about a subscriber, there you can see. List subscribers are the data views which will help you query individual lists. Which will help you query individual lists. Lists cannot be directly queried. We have to take use of list subscribers data view to query those lists. We have open. Open is a KPI, like click, bounce, open. Sent is a KPI. It is a tracking detail about a subscriber. SMS message tracking. So guys, subscribers, if you want to access the all subscribers details, you have subscribers, you have undelivered SMS, unsubscribed. So all the information you have to fetch related to subscriber or subscriber tracking, you can get it from the data view. Now, how to use this data view? How to use this data view? Suppose you got a requirement. Suppose you got a requirement by your team that job ID 228752 had 75.0% open rate. Send me those people who have opened the email. Job ID has certain open rate. Your management team wants to understand the subscriber keys who have opened the email. So now these details are available here in the tracking and are also available in data views. So you want to see how many people opened this job ID which you sent. So you have to go and find the appropriate data view. You have to find opens for a particular job ID. So here you have data view open, which will store all the information about a subscriber open event. This is a backend table, system table, which can't be created by you, modified by you. It keeps data logs. Somebody has clicked, unsubscribed, whatever he has. Every event will have a specific data view storing all those logs. So we want to see that job ID got how much opens. That means we have to query the system data view open. So we will click on open data view article, and you see that this article has given attributes which you can query. This article has given attributes which you can query. You can select and define where clause in this using the attributes of this article. So you want to get subscriber key of the people who have opened email for a specific job ID. Both parameters are available. You want to get subscriber key of the person who has opened the email of a particular job ID. What is job ID? Job ID is this. So guys, you want to get open of a customer, you have to come to open data view, and then you see what all attributes you want to fetch are available or not. They are available. Subscriber key you want to fetch. You want to fetch when they opened that email. You want to fetch other details also. You have these all attribute options which you can fetch for a particular job ID related to an open. Now guys, you can query this, and again the same thing will happen. Where to store the result? The results would be stored inside the data extension. So again, we have to create a resultant data extension first. To query the data view, we will use our SQL activity only. To query the data view, we will use our SQL query activity like this. Click on choose option, create new activity, D36, data views, click on next option. Once you click on next option, you can run the query. Now the queries you don't have to run on data extensions. So no need to have these details because you can't do anything. Data extensions, we don't have to query. We have to query system data view. So once we have queried, we have to store the results. We will store the result in a data extension. So let's create a data extension as well. B36 data extension is our folder. We will click on create option. Here, right, we B36 data views. Click on next option. And here you define the fields you want to bring. So we want to get the subscriber key. We want to get the subscriber key of the person. We will copy this subscriber key. We will create it as an attribute. We want to understand when he registered open. When he registered open, you sent email just now, but after 2 hours he opened, 3 hours he opened. We can get that information from the open data view. What all columns are available to select, you can get details around those data. So we want to understand that subscriber key opened the email at what time. Event date would be a date time attribute. Now we want to understand that what domain that subscriber had, whether his email was gmail.com, yahoo.com, hotmail.com. This feature is also available in data view. You can copy domain and you can define it here. We also want to understand from which job ID it has opened. From which job ID it has opened. We will click on job ID and we will define here. We also have an option to check if he has opened email one time or multiple times. You might keep on opening email twice, thrice, 4 times. So we want to check if that email was a unique open or not unique. Not unique means he has opened the same email multiple times. People want to get all this information. These are the valuable data for the company. This is data-driven marketing. Not only you have to send emails, you have to understand their behaviors as well. Are they this much interested that they opened your email 3 times, 4 times? Okay, let's try to nurture more. Let's try to send more details around that product he has clicked, opened, or whatever he has served. So these all data are valuable. So from where you will get those data? From data views, you are going to query those data. So you want to check if that open is unique or not. We will copy this is unique and we will paste it. Is unique is a Boolean field. You will get instructions besides the data view only, which field you have to use while you query the data view. So once we query data view, we are going to get all this information in this data extension. So we have clicked on save and B36 data view data extension we have created. Once we have created with B36, we will go back to our automation studio. We will select all those attributes you want to bring from this data view. So left hand side, we have data extensions option. We have B36 data views. All these attributes we want to query. We will just drag and drop all the attributes here. Select subscriber key, event date, domain, job ID is unique. From where? This is the resultant data extension. From where?
Data view.
Yeah. But which data view?
Open data view.
Okay. But you cannot write it like this, open data view. If you are querying any data view, you have to write underscore open. If you want to query click data view, you have to query underscore click. So underscore is a prefix which will help system understand whether you are querying a data extension or a data view. Data extensions you can directly refer by its name, but data views can't be referred by its name. So you have to always refer underscore open. So we have defined underscore open and click on validate it. Agreed that the syntax is correct. But if we remove underscore, then it will tell incorrect syntax because it can't find any data extension in Marketing Cloud with name open. Now it is searching the data extension with name open, which is not present, it gave error. But if we go and query with the name of open data view and use prefix, it will go to this. Now we have to get this data for job ID. We have to get this data for job ID this. Because this job ID, 4 people were sent, 75% had open rate. So we want to see who has given 75%, who has contributed in opening this email. So we have written a where condition. Now click on next option. Select the data extension where you want to place. Data views. Once we have selected this, click on next and finish. Now you can save this automation and click on run once. Click on run once. Run now. So this started to run. Now the data is not getting fetched from data extension. Data is getting fetched from system data view, which is open data view. You open this data extension now, the result are populated. 5 records you got. You got 5 records. These are the different subscriber keys who have contributed in opening the email. Is unique true. That means this subscriber only opened one time. But this subscriber is unique false. That means he has opened the email multiple times. That means he is more interested than people who have opened the email only one time. When they have opened email, somebody opened on 19th May 4:20 AM. Somebody did at 4:07. Somebody did at 4:19. What are their domains? Gmail.com. Everybody has gmail.com. So guys, now we fetch the tracking details from the data view. But your management, whenever you presented this data to your management, that okay, I pulled a detailed report of people who have opened our email for this particular job ID. We found that somebody has unique open, somebody do not have unique opens. This is the detailed data which I can provide. You went to management and you hand over this data. Your management told, okay, good, but subscriber keys are there. I want to understand email address of those people as well. Who are those people? What are their email addresses? Can you get that details? Now, email addresses, how you will get email addresses? You already know subscriber keys. Whomsoever you have sent email, their email addresses and subscriber keys will be available inside the all subscribers. There can be thousands of data extension. Which data extension you will query? There can be millions of subscribers who have opened. If they are into thousands of data extensions, it will be very difficult. But every subscriber is created into all subscribers, where you have subscriber key and email address. So you wanted to check how many people opened the email, you got subscriber keys. Your management is not satisfied. They want email address also. So you again back to your system, cleared the entire data, and as per your management's request, you have added another column to it, naming it email address. And you also know that you can query subscriber keys from open data view, and then you can refer all subscribers to get their email addresses. You can refer all subscribers to get their email addresses, but all subscriber is a list. How to query? Data extensions can be queried easily. If you just go and write select star from all subscribers, if you write instead of underscore open, you write all subscribers, it will throw error. It will throw error because all subscriber is a list and can't be queried. But as I told, data view is a place where you will have both subscriber and subscriber tracking related details. Subscriber tracking like open we have already seen. Now you can find subscriber email address into a data view called as subscribers, which is nothing but the all subscribers table. The backend name of all subscriber table is subscribers. So from this table, you can get email address of the subscriber keys. Subscriber keys you already have from the open data view. To get email address, you have to join this subscribers data view, which is again underscore subscribers data view. If you join the underscore subscribers data view and you check the email addresses of the subscriber keys you already have, you can easily get. So let's quickly join this data view. So now we have quickly joined both the data views because subscriber keys were the common factors. Data views are also the part of relational data model. It has predefined data model. We create custom data model using data extensions. Both custom and predefined data models are connected to each other in contact builder with the help of contact object that we saw. So now we will click on run once option, select the activity we want to run, and now the data is getting fetched from two different data views. We wanted to check how many people opened the email, but later we also wanted to check their email addresses. So this automation will take some time to start. Not sure if it got completed. Let me click on that. Okay, it got completed. So B36 data views we got. where we got email addresses as well. So these are the subscribers and these are their email addresses. These people have opened the email, their domains are matching with their email addresses. So guys, this is how you can query different data extensions. You can query different data views, and you can query both data views and data extensions all together using SQL. This is an example of advanced segmentation in Marketing Cloud using SQL. Now, there are some considerations you have to consider while you are working with SQL. The first, very important, and will definitely be asked your interview, is maximum a query can run for 30 minutes. If you are processing the data, which is taking more than 30 minutes, the query will auto stop. So you have to make sure that you process only that much of data which you can consume in 30 minutes. The other and most important consideration will definitely be asked in your interviews are, you can only query 6 months of tracking data from data views. You just queried open tracking of a particular job ID. If that job ID was more than 6 months earlier, then you could not query that job ID. That means you can only fetch 6 months of tracking data. Whatever data views created for tracking, data views are for both subscribers and tracking. So for tracking like open, click, bounce, unsubscribe, you can only fetch engagement of a subscriber for last 6 months. So two important considerations: query will time out if it exceeds 30-minute runtime, and you cannot query more than 6 months of data from the data view, tracking data view. You cannot write select star statements. This will never be asked, but you cannot write select star statements. Instead, you have to write select and field names which you want to query. Instead of all these, if you feel that you can write star, it is not gonna work.